Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got game 2 of a best of 3. It is from the Zotac Cup and it is between WhiteRa, everyone's favourite Protoss, the red Protoss player in the top left, and he's playing against TypeReaL, who is the orange Protoss in the lower right. That means this is a PvP Protoss v Protoss, and it is game 2, so if you haven't watched game 1, pause the video, flick to my channel, find game 1, I'll see you in a second, and you do not want to miss game 1, it was so good. Like, seriously, I hope people have left comments on it, leave comments on this video about how good game 1 was, because, seriously, I loved it, it was really good fun, it was really crazy. Now, what can we expect in game 2 from these two players? Well, obviously, WhiteRa's a game up, so stress off a little bit. He's like, yeah, it's a good man, like I can lose this game and just go into a third, or if I win, I've won, hooray. So that means TypeReaL is in a bit more of a stressful position. He's got to win this. It's like he's at the point where he's taking the caffeine pills, he's doing all-nighters just to practice to be able to beat WhiteRa. But obviously these matches were played consecutively, so unfortunately TypeReaL didn't have that opportunity, so he's going to have to rely on his past practice and preparation in order to deal with this matchup. And of course, a mirror matchup's always a bit of a interesting game, to be honest, because again, the units are equal, the build orders can be very similar. As we see here, very similar timings on everything so far, similar chrono boosts. Again, when things are so similar, slight variations have huge implications, like absolutely massive, but it's also a lot easier to compare the two players directly because, again, ultimately you can have build order losses, but it comes down to how good of a player you are, especially game 1, that was very much the case. WhiteRa should have lost, in my opinion, in terms of build order, but he's just expanding, not expanding, he's getting pylons down everywhere. He's got that one gateway up, he should start the cybernetics core straight away after, just as we should see from TypeReaL as well. There we go, the cyber core for both of them, pretty much on the dot, so this is really good. Now this probe is probably going to go off and go to scout, and just at the same time, WhiteRa sends a probe off to go and scout, so this is really credit to show, one, how good these two players are, that they're both playing at absolute peak, and two, that, again, how well thought out all the build orders are in StarCraft 2, how well it all works, and essentially why these two players are being so similar. WhiteRa going for a very similar opening to before, getting that second gate very quickly. It allowed him to put on a little bit of pressure, get the Stalker numbers higher, ready for that 3 gateway Blink Stalker play. And basically the chrono boost coming down on both players' cybernetics core. We do have this probe hidden though, and if WhiteRa doesn't spot that, that could come back to haunt him. So let's just wait and see what goes on. Second gas is down there for TypeReaL. It's quite a bit later though than WhiteRa's, so again, that could have an effect. We do have the chrono boost still coming down, and I mean, the work count is pretty good. We do have this one scouting probe from WhiteRa being a pain, and that may be delaying TypeReaL doing anything specifically, because you may want to hide it, and it's going to be a 4 gate. The second gas cancels, so it's a fake gas, and that was a great move, because if you see a second gas, you assume there's not going to be a 4 warp gate play, and it doesn't take a genius to realise that if this goes off successfully, and if this probe stays in the main, WhiteRa is going to have huge problems, because ultimately he's got 2 gateways against 4 gateways. That's half the production, half the number of units, and half the amount of kick-ass basically in his army, and no amount of micro can save you from having half the production of your opponent. What can save you though is tech, and WhiteRa does have that second gas up, but here comes the pylon. Oh my god, this could be a very short game, because I do foresee WhiteRa coming to try and deal with this and suddenly having a lot of units in his base. Now, TypeReaL is just building things everywhere. He's trying to basically just keep these stalkers back. And I mean, any second we should see the warp in. Warp gate is finished. Here goes the warp gate changing. And literally, this is hilarious. Just that ping you heard was because I forgot to put myself on busy. And the person who logged in was TypeReaL. So I'm probably going to message him after this game and be like, yo, TypeReaL, I just watched you win. So this is a really nice 4 gate play. WhiteRa having to put all of his probes, but again, his problem is that there are 5 stalkers in his base, and while he does have 5 stalkers, 3 against 5 doesn't work too well. It's now 3 against 4, and another wave of warping coming down, a lot of probe kick taken off, no mining really going on here for WhiteRa now. Those zealots are going into absolute town on the probes, and basically it's now 2 stalkers against 4 stalkers and 2 zealots. More warpins are going down, but I mean, this is pretty much over now. TypeReaL has won this game, a beautiful 4 gate, and I mean, WhiteRa just lost too many probes, to be honest, to go forward. I mean, there's a GG anyway. So that was game 2, and we did of course see TypeReaL take it and level up the series 1 apiece. So that means we do go to game 3. I'll see you there in a second. Before you go though, please thumbs up the video, leave a cool comment about the game, cast or players, and also subscribe because the support would be amazing. So see you at game 3 any second guys. Bye for now.